Okay, gentlemen, are we all here ready to fucking go? I asked y'all a question! As I reveal my giant monkey! That's not as funny as you thought it was, boy!
God, I thought he meant penis!
I swear, the only thing I hate more than weaklings... Hey! I'm speaking, soldier! Don't fucking speak unless you're smoking fucking dirt! What we're gonna do is we're gonna fly with
The talk show at the end of the week.
Space is big.
Star Citizen Base.
It's really big.
Round Table.
Hi, we're here, we're live. I feel I forgot something. Did I forget something? No. I don't think so. I always forgot something. We'll just bump into it later, whatever, if at all. Hi, welcome to the Base Radio. You're in the Star Citizen Base Round Table. That should be the other way around, you know?
Yep. You probably didn't spam Twitter and Facebook and fucking whatever else. That's probably what you're missing. Usually it's Eden that does that for us.
Oh well. Oh yeah, Hamster. I forgot to download the footage from ATV, but then again, I can do everything live. Fuck it. So yes,
The YouTube player is a thing.
No.
And just scrub through it. Fuck it.
It's not professional, man. It's just not professional.
Yeah. Whatever.
Bill O'Reilly said, fuck it, we'll do it live. He's professional.
Right.
Bill O'Reilly.
Professional what? I don't know, but he's professional.
So professional it got him fired and now he's fucking streaming on like Facebook or some shit.
Sorry.
You got a $40 million severance package. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he's just fine.
He'll be all right.
And he's still saying the same shit, so we're good. We can continue. We're in good shape. We can say whatever the fuck we want. Just don't touch the ladies.
Yep.
So, if you're listening and viewing this, maybe you're on Shoutcast and you're on your computer, you know, and just join us on Twitch if at all possible, because that's where the chat is and that's where we are and that's where you can interact with us. Even bring in questions using question in square brackets followed by the question. Just type it in chat. It'll get submitted. It's all so easy. Apparently. Not for everybody, but yeah, okay. No, what else? What are you doing?
That sounds like something I would say.
All of our social media things is like we're already closing the show. Are we?
It's over?
Is it over already?
Shit.
Good discussion.
No? Okay. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, but it didn't happen. Okay. Hi.
It's all that time you spent outside playing the violin.
Well, it was pretty windy, so pollen everywhere. But vape life. Hey, Jam2, what's up?
This motherfucker.
What
Captain Jam 2.
What are we doing here this week, today, here on Sunday? Talk Star Citizen? That's what this is, right? Usually.
That was what I was told when I signed up, yeah. Some sort of Star Citizen related podcast of some nature. There's a lot going on in the political world if you want to talk about politics. It's crazy out there. No politics, okay. T.O. would talk politics all day. You can see him smiling. He's like, yeah, we can talk about it. We'll get kicked off the air, but yeah.
Daddy's Day
I'm not going to
podcast.
talk politics. It's going to be the last we do after.
Tell you what,
It is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all the motherfuckers out there. I know. T.O.'s bitter. He said, fuck you and your Hallmark holidays.
Juice review stream. Yes. Juice. mean, that
that.
type
It's
of juice.
green. You like that? Look at that. It's green.
Yeah,
I have to
it's
put it in
keyed
the
out.
clouds.
Yeah.
Guerrilla warfare. Isn't that funny? That's what it's called. Sweet blue agave cactus.
That's
Mixed
steaming
with,
now.
mixed with a little tiny bit of Arctic Blast menthol, because nobody makes good menthol. And if you vape just this shit solo, oh my god, it like burns your sinuses. It's fucking crazy. Almost like that shit from the dispensary.
So here we
Clear
are.
out your sinuses.
Me, Gentile, the only, and back again is Sid. Hi.
Hello, back again.
We're gonna let him drive. You take the wheel.
What wheel? This thing has a wheel.
This bus is the fuck out of control.
It's all good. It was just self-driving. You know,
Not yet. Have
autonomous.
you seen the crashes from that? That must be why we wreck so many times. It's because it's autonomous and the shit don't work.
Pegasus didn't code it right.
The French, you can't trust them.
No. Well, obviously the big news is the new ship. There's like another.
But is it big news?
Well,
or is it just
not really,
something that they do?
It's
This
news.
is something that they do, but I mean, is anyone like? Is there a like somewhere where they show the new concepts they've been doing over time? Like, is it that it happens more frequently now?
Only in the subscriber vault, as far as I'm aware.
Huh?
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
more frequent. At least what's more frequent. Pay, take all the different chips. More free.
Your gate's too high.
Yeah, you can hear half of your sentence.
My gate high.
Yeah, it's cutting you off. I know you gotta block out the sounds of the screaming children in the background and shit, but
Right.
let me out of the closet, Dad. I know it was Father's Day. I'm sorry.
My dog just heard that. The headphones
There we go.
started barking.
Gate.
It's all right. Nobody thinks they're better than
She's
you.
like,
Relax.
I'll kill that motherfucker right through the internet. Roof, roof.
Yeah, he thinks everybody thinks they're better than him.
No, so I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what happened. This been done.
You still
This ship happened this week. This one right here behind me.
I've seen just that one.
And like, I don't understand, because it's pretty cool to me, and everybody's freaking out.
Why?
Oh, it's an Eve ripoff. Apparently, they're saying they stole this. Is that accurate? Because I've never played Eve, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I thought that we wanted like a little bit of all of our
references,
sci-fi tropes in it. I thought everybody wanted, a planet for this and a planet for that, and all the different shows and games and just a nod to it. It's not ripping it off. It's a nod. Like, they don't have to rip anything off.
Yeah.
They've got extremely talented artists. They're an extremely talented company. Just because they want to pay homage to something doesn't mean you're ripping it off. I think people need to relax.
You bought
Well, you
the
see
real.
the chat,
Yeah.
right? And this is the conversation that I've been following since this thing launched all over, Reddit and Twitter and all this stuff. Is originally, theoretically, and I don't know for sure, I didn't do my research,
Right.
I'll be honest with you. This is reference to a wing commander ship that was referenced by Eve in Eve. So the Eve fanboys are like,
Is that
oh,
right?
you stole the ship. And the wing commander fanboys are like, fuck you. We didn't say anything when you stole the ship.
Who cares?
Pretty funny.
What the fuck? I think it's pretty cool. It's
I
ugly
think
as
it's
fuck.
awesome.
It's like very industrial.
Functional.
You know, it's
Yeah.
But you know what it looks like? A caterpillar.
It looks like the
What's
cross
it?
between a caterpillar and a dragonfly.
You know,
I don't know. I think it looks like what it would look like in real life if you were really doing that. I mean, if we weren't having drones do it, I mean, it looks like just basically a muncher. Just
Oh, look at that tiny
right.
guy.
You know that
It's
this
pretty
is what
big
when you can't afford. This is started.
Wait, what?
still cutting out for me.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, Red Dawn says he likes the combine harvester cabin, and that's kind of what they were referencing when they talked about it in Reverse the Verse. Is that was one of the inspirations for it was to make it like a caterpillar style industrial, whatever you want to think of, bulldozers or whatever. They all have that like same effect. You climb up the side and you jump in the cabin through a door, and they're supposedly going to have that. So that's pretty neat. I think it's cool. It's industrial. It's supposed to not be pretty. It's not a 600i.
It's Drake.
Yeah.
Utility.
Looks like what it's supposed to look like.
I thought of I saw this and I thought of the what was that back what they concepted a long time ago, a Banu Defender, or was it Xeon Defender? I don't know. Banu Defender, the one with the arms. Although that is not a utility ship, though, people were back then were writing about the fact that it had these arms, which were probably going to block your view. Now in this case, it's the same type of design, but in this case, it just works because you need to see the arms. So I don't know if people have been whining about that, but if they have, it's that
Well,
would be
it's not a fighter.
no, because they yeah. So they sort of took that, and they know that the arms that are in front of you, you need to see them because that's where the shit happens. That's where work happens. So if you're sitting in that cockpit over there, you see the arms. That's where you operate with. You need to see.
There's
them.
an image in this loop, right? And I think it's coming up of it actually functioning, and it's all lit up, and it's really dark, and scrap is flying all over with sparks and stuff. If that's the environment feel that they can create while you are salvaging this right here, this one, if it feels like that, that's pretty fucking cool. That's like some shit out of an Aliens movie or something.
For sure. I want to know what's with the two little wings up on top, though. You see the two little tiny wings?
Yeah, they brought that up in the RTV, and they asked the designers, is that like some sort of drone or something like that? And they're like, no, we just thought it would be cool. So it doesn't serve a fucking purpose.
Oh, those things.
Right there on the top. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like a
So when they go
helicopter
into
flaps.
Funny,
Okay.
right? They said it doesn't really serve a purpose. It's just
Spoilers.
just there. But it would be cool if it was like a little scout thingy of some kind, and it took off and went and found a salvage thing for you, and then you could mark sites that you wanted to visit and not take your defenseless ship and just go fucking roaming around in the unknown. 2 size 1 guns and a ship that doesn't maneuver well probably isn't going to hold up if somebody wants to wreck your ass. I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't know if I'm going to do salvaging per se, but... And I obviously didn't buy one because I committed to not giving CIG any more money in 2018 because I think the 15,000 that I'm in is already more than enough.
It's a concept, and Shiv, it's they do concept releases once every often, just to make money, really, but also just because we need more ships. It's both, really. We've said this 100 times. You're like, why are they releasing more ships?
Well, people obviously
because
wanted
they
it
need
because
money.
they bought
Yeah.
it.
More variety,
You see
more
it, fucking
yeah.
record.
Variety.
And yes, variety is going to be a big deal because if we were all flying around in the same 5 ships, it would kind of
Hey,
probably
Omega.
feel boring.
Yeah, but something like this actually doesn't exist. It didn't exist yet. It's a small size salvage ship, you're not going to be able to, the reclaimer is just like one of those huge ass ships. You're not going to be able to go into small cracks with it. If you want to salvage something with a more, smaller vehicle, more maneuverable vehicle, then this is your thing.
Seems like you'd be doing this in more, high-sec space, so you're not going to have to worry about getting attacked. This doesn't look like a thing where you're going to go out into, Vandal space and try mining some rocks. Just find some rocks near where the cops are and be happy.
No, it's a moneymaker, so you don't go to Vandal space. Well, maybe you do. Depends on what the loot actually is. If the rarest of minerals or wreckage, whatever materials are in Vandal space, maybe you'll go to Vandal space. Hi, Jay. So I don't know. I like it. I know there's some interesting butt hurt over it for whatever fucking reason, because it looks like something that triggered somebody's childhood emotions and they didn't take the Ritalin or whatever. So
Sheeps and predators.
Triggered.
But if you watched, they were talking about somehow this ship is kind of stealthy, and you should be able to sneak into larger battles and actually salvage shit while there's a battle going on. I don't know if I would trust that.
Yeah, behind the
theory.
lines.
It's bright yellow.
I know.
It doesn't seem very stealthy to me.
Yeah. It looks like a
Stealthy as
big
a fire truck.
Caterpillar workship. Oh my God, Facebook is just blowing up right now. I got to stop commenting on politics. Fuck.
Triggered.
As long as you don't get a hashtag me too, you're fine.
Holy shit. No joke.
Yeah.
I try to stay away from that social shit, just real politics. Everybody's feelings about social issues, they're all trash, so it doesn't really matter.
Scanning.
It's getting there.
Degree.
I know this is like a work. What? Yeah. Are you still working on your audio?
Yeah,
We're like 20 minutes in.
I know.
I was going to say, hopefully, this is obviously a work in progress, and I don't understand what all the little tags were on all the ground items that they flew over. You're not going to see that probably in game.
Seems a little busy.
Yeah, like right there. See all the little tags on every item? That's got to be like some sort of debug mode or yeah.
We're supposed to read all that as we're going overhead. I have to brush up on my reading.
They were just showing like how many possible things you find along your way on the planets. I mean, it's not like it's very rare. You can find this stuff everywhere. I guess.
Did you guys see when they showcased the minerals on the planet? I don't remember if it's this time or last time.
It was the last
they break it apart, that Nemo rock.
Yeah, how much minerals they section up the planet where.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
little zones they've created. Yeah.
That quilt
and
looking planet.
It's shit. It's a lot. They've really segmented it up.
Well, this ties into all this other stuff, and I know. Yeah.
That was last week. Yeah.
I just got to ask everybody, why isn't this fucking game done yet? Oh, I wonder why. This is why. Do you want it to work, or do you want it to frickin' be out and be broke? We talked about that last week, didn't we? Mass Effect Andromeda. Just get it out the door and we'll fix it later. Fuck that.
No, you won't.
Just fix it now, and we'll just sit and cry about not being able to play it because it looks ridiculous.
I have fun with what we have now. I've been having fun since we got 2 frames per second in the hangar module. I thought that was fun.
That's true.
You'd stop and just look around.
The ship we were talking about earlier is one of those ships that is going to be relatively cheap in game. And for us
I agree.
That's been here for a while. How long is going to take us when we play 22 hours on average a week to get to that ship and get past that ship?
I think it's going to take a while because travel time is going to be a thing.
If you're interested in reclaiming, how fast are you going to get to the reclaimer?
You mean financially in game? Like if you started with an Aurora?
No. Us. That has been in this for a while. That's going to be in a community. That's going to be working together. How fast are we going to get past this ship? And
we don't know because we don't know how the economy is going to function. But hopefully it takes a considerable amount of time, but not too much. That's the trick to balancing, right? Make it difficult enough, but not overly difficult. So people are like, fuck this. I'd rather go watch porn and jerk off.
Yeah.
It's a trick. I don't do game development, so I don't know.
You know what you want to do. You want to truck. You want to be trucking in game. So how many of us going to be trucking in convoy with some escorts? Just in the start of the game, just not going for the highest profit, just going for profit. Just going so we get some money, and then we get some more, and then we get some more, and then we get some more, until we can afford to go the next level, the next trade ship up, the next size, the bigger batch, the bigger hauls in convoy again.
Time frame? I don't know.
It's gonna be a while.
I can tell you this, right? I was a super huge WoW geek, hard fucking core from the day of vanilla World of Warcraft. And to get to the end game, level 60, took literally for fucking ever.
Months and months.
It felt like it was never going to end. And the closer you got to the end game, the longer it took. But at that point in time, this is like 2004, the gameplay felt engaging. It felt like you were exploring places. It wasn't as easy as it is today, where you could just get a fucking flying mount and fly over all the monsters. You had to take risks. Didn't you say, Sid, that you played EverQuest way back in the day? Was that somebody else I was talking?
Somebody else.
And if you played EverQuest way in the freaking 90s, there was risk involved in that game. You could literally just die trying to get somewhere and lose your shit. And gamers kind of got away from that and got into like easy mode all the time, and everything's got to be, I can't lose anything and blah blah blah. I hope we see a resurgence of that shit where there's actual risk that you can really lose your stuff, and a reward that is worth that risk. So I miss that stuff. The whole easy mode gaming nowadays is like, it's too much for me, or too little for me, I guess.
You've flown in Star Citizen.
Yep.
You have blown up in Star Citizen.
Yep.
Does it sound like, feel like, or do you believe in any shape, way, or form it's going to be easy mode?
It depends on how they build the gameplay, right? Because even though flying might be difficult and stuff, if AI is too easy to defeat, obviously there's players that we've flown against that are extreme pilots, way better than I'll ever be. That used to be able to one-shot cockpit.
1%ers.
Right. So you won't see them all that often, but it really needs. We've talked about this in the past. I really am looking forward to a gameplay that makes you think. Do I want to fucking get involved in that? Do I really?
But if you do think, there should be a way for you to survive.
Right.
You plan. That's the whole point of this game, is that if you're strategic, if you plan ahead, you should be unlucky to die.
True, because you think about like all the FPS games that we play, like we've talked about it, run and gun. Even when we were doing Wildlands with groups of people, you and I were sit back and be really tactical and plan out our movement through any given area, and we get other players in that were just like, fuck it, and they got a light machine gun and they're just fucking running through, spraying everything, and they die. But then they come right back. That's what I'm talking. If you die, you should be out for a little while. That's easy mode.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you are.
We agree on that. I think I think what do you call it? Chris Roberts also agree with that. At least that's the statement they've been given so far.
Well, sure, and that's part of the reason why we bought in, or at least some of us, including myself, bought in so heavy at the very beginning. There'll be penalties. They won't be like severe, like, hey, you know, I know you spent $600 on your ship, but you're never going to see that ship again. They won't be like that, but there's got to be something that's damaging and detrimental and make
you lose your
why the
$600.
fuck did I do that?
You should wait for 3 weeks to get it back.
I think the ultimate troll from CIG would be if you lose all of your LTI with your first Death of a Spaceman. Like, oh, hey, thanks for the money. No more. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good luck out there. That'd be a pretty good troll.
Problem with this is a United States lawsuit. Class action.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, they had to, you know, that was something that just came out not that long ago. You know, that became a question for the community. Hey, I got a $2,500 Javelin. If I lose that Javelin, what happens if I don't have insurance? Oh, well, you don't actually lose the ship.
You won't be allowed to not have her take it out and have.
That's what they're going to
insurance.
end up doing. They're going to force you to buy the insurance to alleviate that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they should.
And that's a good way to make sure that. Well, it's have LTI anyway. Any ship over $1,000 has LTI, right?
Okay, so the Javelin isn't the best example, but it's an example.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. It's regardless. If you don't have insurance, you don't get it out of the hangar.
I don't know. I've had friends, right? And Sid's probably had friends like this too, because we're both from the same local area, that have gotten busted drinking and driving, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they don't want to cripple you. The system doesn't want to cripple you. They want to take your money, so they want you to go to work, right? So I've had friends that have breathalyzers built into their car that they had to blow into the thing to make sure that they weren't drinking,
And then they get
so that they
somebody
can
else
just
to
start
do
their
it.
fucking car, and then they get someone else to do it. Yeah, but still, it's the same kind of principle. You know, you can't drive unless you're good to go, I guess. And the same thing should apply to insurance. They should have an insurance breathalyzer that pops up and says, oh, your insurance is not valid. Where's your credits? We need your credits before you can fly.
Yeah. That would make sense, not to, you know, because the insurance company would just say, look, you know, if you lose this, I think that's a good idea. It would alleviate a lot of problems.
And like Innovis just said, and we've talked about this at length in the past, depending on economy and availability and supply runs and pirate activity and all this stuff, some ships are going to be more readily available than other ships. So if you wreck your Idris, which I hope some people do, I hope it hurts like hell.
Whoops.
And you're like, I lost my Idris, I gotta wait for it now, there's none available. And sometimes maybe there are extras available and you get it back like really quick, and sometimes there's not, just based on what the supply and demand in the economy is doing.
Well, if in real life, if you wreck your yacht,
right, you're not getting it back tomorrow.
No. And there's no yacht waiting for you. They don't have yachts at that
build a
size
new one.
waiting. They
have to wait.
have to build it. So and that's what I'm saying. I think that if you lose something that's insanely big, you should have to wait for a good amount of real life time. The bigger the ship, the longer you should wait.
Well, sure. Here's a really good point, though. Corwin said, I hope it's tied to mining, salvaging, and cargo, which it is economically. Because if the plant that's building the components to build the ship doesn't have what it needs, then it can't build the components to ship to the manufacturer so that the manufacturer can actually manufacture it. So everything has to have some sort of supply and demand and time-based cycle to it. You know, it's not like, well, it could be that it just pops out a ship.
Game.
Right, it's a spreadsheet game at that point.
Yeah,
so,
and if you can technically limit how fast, and that might be a big, a gameplay for a larger organization or groups of larger organization to cripple. If you have, we've talked about this before. It's when you have multi-crew ships, you can only multi-crew so many multi-crew ships at the same time. And the bigger they are, the fewer you can do at the same time. So the bigger communities with a lot of resources, with a lot of ships, going to have the advantage in that they can resupply themselves with a brand new ship immediately. That's where the advantage is from a big community that has a lot of resources, a lot of big ships.
For sure.
Because that's how you win. And they can cripple the economy. Of course, other NPCs, other players will get missions to fight back against that, but you can cripple the economy to the point where you might not be able to stop the production, but you can slow it down. So it takes a long time, especially when there's like, you leave a trail of, let's say 40, 50 dead Idrises. It's going to take a long time, if especially then add the crippling of traffic going to and from resources and components.
So you're thinking that a possible gameplay aspect of that is Organization A and Organization B are going at it, and Organization A destroys all the cap ships of Organization B and then blocks the trade lanes for
as much as possible.
As much as possible.
Yeah.
Right. To slow it down further.
They've already said that they're going to send NPCs if you try to do that. Like, it's that 9-to-1 ratio, and they're going to take you out.
That's why I say we can't stop it. But you can,
for a little while. You could delay it a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, and that's
maybe
what
delay it enough to give you an advantage. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And that's where having a lot of ships is not that you can send 100 ships at the same time, because you can't crew them and man them, but it's that you can replenish. You lost an Idris. Here's the next one, and here's the next one. How many Idrises do you have to lose? That's how you win the war.
Guess if you got enough of them.
What did Tess say? We're going to block out the sun with our auroras. That's not the strategy.
And then fly into it.
You're blocking the sun with our Idrises. That's how you win the game.
Mr. Burns tried that.
Nova fire. Okay.
Yeah, I was chatting with New before the show on Discord. There's some interesting shit surrounding the what he does, content creation, and a bunch of other content creators that we'll talk about in Block 3, I think. It's crazy out there. What the fuck is wrong with the internet? What's wrong with people? Fuck. Can't we all just get along?
I have no idea what you're talking about, so I'm interested.
Yeah, I can't say this on Twitch. I'll say it in the break.
Okay.
So let's go. We'll be back in a minute.
Oh my god, I just realized the European corner and the Detroit corner.
Really?
That's funny.
A little versus symbol between us instead of a little table.
Cool. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back on the round table.
Thanks for the jingle, Disco. It's very nice.
Now we're starting. Now we're starting the show.
Oh yes, cheer!
Cheers! Salute!
This is like seasonal.
Let's throw
right. Gatorade with vodka.
I got no vodka, but I got Gatorade.
G-Pass.
Gatorade's good. You need your electrolytes when it's 100 fucking degrees outside.
Fuck yeah. Mowed my lawn for 5 minutes. I almost died.
It's crazy hot, boy. All right, so I want to scroll up here and talk about this really quick. Enshiv asked, and he didn't form it in a question because it didn't go into the question bot, so we'll just address it now. It says, do you guys really think it sounds like fun? Insurance and requirements to fly your ships? Question. Hoping it hurts? Question. Games are supposed to be fun. They're not supposed to be real life.
And the next is, there won't be a big community around this game if it's not fun.
There already
is. The thing
is.
you're talking about is how to remove fun.
That was the point I think that we got to, is that it's his perspective that the things that we're talking about are going to make the game not fun. And you know what? That's not 100% inaccurate. It will make the game not fun for some people. Absolutely. That's why there's like how many games on Steam? A fucking billion, man. Something crazy. Look at them Facebook notifications dinging. Holy shit, they're mad at me. But it just is what it is. It was meant to be a different kind of game. Chris Roberts referenced way back in the day. What the fuck was the game that he was talking about that was so brutally punishing? Dark Souls, that you could get through a level that took you, 45 minutes, an hour, and die, and have to start back at the beginning of the level. No saves along the way, nothing. And that was kind of what he wanted to go.
That was a hugely popular game.
Right, because some people like the challenge, and some people don't like the challenge. So, we'll see where CIG takes it.
Well, think of Death of a Spaceman. You're going to have armor. You're going to have a way to heal yourself as long as you're not dead. You're going to have the ability for your teammates to save you, to save your ship, as long as it's not too broken or exploded. So there's always going to be the option for you not to die, you not to lose your ship. It's just that you have to be smart about it. You thinking that you can just get in and get out in any spaceship and just go out and do whatever you want and nobody's going to bother you. There's going to be NPCs bothering you wherever you go. There's going to be humans bothering, at least 1 to 9 in that ratio. So, yeah, get used to it. It's going to be hard.
Well, it all comes back to like a statement that they've been making consistently over and over and over again. Risk versus reward. The lower the risk, the lower the reward, and vice versa. So
you can stay in safe lanes.
I would think that there would be
safe system.
Exactly. And for people that really wanted a crazy challenge.
Yeah. Safe-ish.
Yes.
Systems. You don't get a completely 100% safe environment anywhere. You can sit in a corner next to a turret for UEE. You're safe there.
Won't be doing it.
But that's just about it. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm thinking if you're doing stuff around, the Terra system, if you're doing stuff around, Earth, you're probably going to be pretty much safe. But you're not going to make a lot of money because it's probably already been mined to death or salvaged clean or whatever. You're going to make
money.
And
the people that are transporting cargo are like by the billions because the NPCs will all be focused in there.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
The big money will be loading up your Starfare with beer and flying it just to the forward operating base just outside of Vandal space.
Live,
exactly.
We are live. Super live.
This is not live. It's Memorex.
We can respond to you.
Monkey brain. Santai. Salute. Skull. Cheers.
Again. Zdravia.
Doing shots.
Nostrovia.
Yeah, it's a rebroadcast, and the AI that's programmed into each of our characters can respond to your chat in real time. It's fucking
future,
crazy
right?
technology, dude. We are the future. That's good shit.
Subsumption.
So, I mean, I don't know about... The game's just not going to be fun for everybody, right? Like, some people like Fortnite like crazy, and I've played it, and it's okay. It's just okay. It's not great. It doesn't, like, my kid's fucking way into it, and he's like way over the top because he can win. So I guess that makes a difference because he likes winning.
It's funny how that game actually made the local news.
Makes a lot of money.
As it was something unique. That was the first to happen. Sorry.
I think it's the dollar amount that they're raking in. Because it's truly cross-platform. It's PC, console, and phone, I guess.
Do they play matches between each other cross-platform as well?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea, honestly. I'm not into it.
I
It's
don't-
not my thing.
Yeah.
I thought
So,
PUBG was
Brother
better.
Box 88, you guys the devs. So our
No, but
opinion
we are
is-
corporate shills for CIG, and in full disclosure,
White
I
Knights? No.
got the ability to pay CIG
What the hell is that?
a bunch of money to do this podcast. I paid CIG to be here. Contrary to popular
There's just a
belief that,
certificate that grants him.
yeah, this allows me to talk shit about Star Citizen. So
Only you
contrary
can.
to popular
You cannot.
belief on the internet, not everybody that has a positive spin on Star Citizen is getting a kickback from CIG. As a matter of fact, I don't think I know anybody that's really getting huge kickbacks from CIG. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. My wife just walked in. She wants something. What the fuck are you doing? Get out of here, you nut. My wife is a troll.
That's a good thing.
She's funny. Yeah, so
Well,
Now we're the thing about this show. How many shows has it been now?
154?
44, 45, I don't know.
It's
So
been
it's-
going on for many years now.
Yeah. Except for prediction of time, where we have consistently been lying to soothe your soul. We're pretty good at predicting what's gonna be and not be.
I mean, like saying
Yeah,
that
so-
Squadron 42 will be out 2017.
Well, that's what he said. He gave that caveat that no dates were ever accurate because they always find something else to add to the game.
Well, not only that, but we need to soothe the souls of the listeners. So we always gonna say it's gonna be out. We cannot say next year anymore because you're on to us. So now we say in a few years.
Because you a few years that you said that. So it's all right.
The way that everything's shaping up, though, when you look at all this stuff, you know, that all these feeds that CIG puts out and stuff, these environments and whatnot, I think that Squadron 42 is actually a lot closer than what we anticipate, but further away than what we would hope. I know a big hang up was AI movement kind of sucked.
People
AI
characters.
interaction with props and all that stuff kind of sucked.
Their
but it
feet-
looks-
their legs don't move when they turn around. Just
Right. It, you know, and this was a problem. Wasn't that a problem with like Mass Effect Andromeda 2 when it released? Like the AI animations were just all janky and fucked up. And then they fixed it later. That was one of the functional problems with that game.
Can somebody translate the one you seems sweltier, dude?
If you want all of the DLC, it's
I'm
$27,000.
sorry, I don't even know what that
And by
is.
the way, that $27,000 is mandatory. They just haven't told you yet. When the persistent universe goes
You
live,
owe.
you will not have access until your account reaches $27,000.
Sveltier.
And they'll sue
Is
you
it like-
if you don't pay them.
The Swedish thing?
I have no idea.
What the hell are you talking about in chat?
The one you seems sweltier, dude.
Nubifar says you look like Brian Chambers. Lower right is Brian Chambers.
He's in disguise. Shh.
Brian Chambers with a hat on.
No. You can tell from his attitude, he's from Detroit. I didn't
Rodimus
even know
says
that.
Jutau's hairline hasn't fared well. That's funny that you noticed
Actually,
the
they cut
little
it.
thing. You know, I hope that
At
when
least-
you're
at
50,
least you have a haircut.
full head of hair, or you grow it long and fucking do a comb over, one or the other. I'll just
At
deal
least-
with what God
At
gave me.
least you cut it down now because it was getting way too long.
It got pretty long. I was trying to do something, but it didn't turn out, and I was like, ah, fuck it.
Yeah, no, but about the whole big thing with games and release dates is that even like didn't I say that last time, last week when you watch E3 for the past week or something, like it's always these presentations always go like this, right? So they demo a game for a minute, and so they have a very limited amount of time to pitch their little game. And they show something, and a dev of a representative of the company comes on, talks a bit about it, and then the presenter, is impartial, but they always ask, like, when does this release? When does this release? Every time, when does this release? When can we expect to play it? When does it release? It's like, this is like the only real question that apparently matters. When people are watching the E3 presentations, like, when can we play this? When can we play this?
Well, I was thinking about that exact thing, not yesterday or the day before. It is really a symptom of the fucking throwaway generation. I need to get it now. Let's see if I'm gonna. That's fucking beautiful. Thank you, asshat. We need to get it now so we can use it as much as we can for the shortest amount of time possible, so we can break it to throw it away to get another one. Your vehicles, your household goods, even your relationships. Anybody who thinks like that has the same fundamental philosophy in life. I just need to get through it as fast as I can so I can get a new one.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to rethink your perspective on life if you're really sitting there saying, this is taking too long. Because you know what you're going to do? You're going to play it for fucking 2 days and be bored with it. And same with your wife.
Maximum 3 weeks.
Divorced.
You're going to be 3 weeks maximum,
saturated.
maybe 3 months into the game, and you're going to be bored.
I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying all this.
Yep. By the way, we hamster, I like that. So just for that, let's see Slonsha.
Another.
What?
Dude, have you ever seen him? It takes forever for this dude to get even buzzed.
It tastes so good.
Did you guys
Tastes
start
like-
drinking legally when you're like 4 or something?
In Norway, probably like 12.
Well, we're not advocating over
Overindulgence.
No, I mean like overuse
You should
of
only
alcohol,
drink what
because
you
that's
can
against
take.
Twitch rules, right?
You should only drink what
I'll
you
slow
can
down on my Gatorade.
Excessive drinking.
Too many electrolytes.
Well, drinking Gatorade is actually worse than drinking alcohol, so.
Uh-oh. Is that a conspiracy theory?
Also avoid screen
No.
support. And, FOV slider. What is that?
It's only slightly better
I
than
never crashed my car on 2 Gatorades or nothing.
It's not every generation after mine, Rod. It's every generation that wasn't brought up right. Wasn't taught value for hard work. Shit like that. Give it to me now. Give it to me free. Give it to me yesterday.
Actually, I was there's this, what was it again? The name of the game, the free-to-play game that actually did it right, that does it right, it still does it right. Warframe.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people that actually praise the way that they do their, free-to-play thing, and that how they still make money out of it. And how they, they continued building their game and developing it and changing it according to what the community wants, most likely, well, most of the time. So they listen and they actually ask the viewers on their podcast and their streams, like, what do you want? What package do you want? What should it cost? I haven't actually played it, so but
I got a
was
buddy
gonna-
who
I was
plays
gonna
it
try
constant.
But there's a lot
In
of
order
good
for free
news
to
from
game, but free-to-play games have to have compelling gameplay that needs to be fun and entertaining and interactive and built well in order for the free-to-play model to be successful. There could be tons of free-to-play games that are just crap.
Well, Warframe is
So-
pretty much just a grind.
It's like Doom, kind of.
But it's not. It's not
Kind of, sort of.
It's not dumb grind, as in it's always the same thing. Because that's probably what people say. It's the beauty about it. It's grind, but it's always different in some way.
Well, it wasn't that in the beginning,
Right.
but
yeah.
Warframe, the new, from what I can gather from the new, and I assume that is out now, or at least the demo
The
is,
update?
or how does this work? No, not the new one from Warframe. They showcased it on
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they did. They showcased, and it used to be very constrained, and now they open it up a little bit with more outdoor and not so much, Dungeon and Dragon style.
You're talking about Warframe specifically.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens to any good game that has a good following and stays stable. Is it evolves eventually, and it just really depends on if it evolves in a good direction that the community enjoys, or like, World of Warcraft is a good example of a game that evolved into a direction that the majority of the community just didn't really find encapsulating.
Well, enough of it them finding encapsulating still, since they're still making money.
Oh, they're still making a shit ton of money at $15 a month.
Hmm.
They were making like billions of dollars a month, though.
Crazy.
Ish.
Blizzard was making fucking bank, dude.
No.
16 million, 17, 18 million at $15 a month.
What's his name?
That's
I
a
can't.
lot of money.
Oni 06 Star Citizen free to play. No. I wasn't comparing it with Star Citizen as it will be free to play, but I mean, you paid for the game, but there still needs to be income for it to be, running servers.
No, there will not be a monthly.
But it will not be a monthly. No, it wasn't subscription based. But
You're going to
Voluntary.
want to have
There's
your
a voluntary.
ship. Yes, you're going to want to have your ship this fancy ass color, and they're going to charge you to do that. You're going to want your armor a fancy ass color, or you're going to want to paint your gun or get a special skin, or maybe
You just know somebody want their armor they're going to be using, trying to sneak up on you to be in a fancy pink with aftergloss on it and special snow dust and rainbow farting.
yeah, you get the Nyan Cat fucking armor and you go
Right.
raid a base, but
Neon Cut engine trails.
right? That's where they should have went with that shit. Those contrails.
Space Pegasus with rainbow fart out of your engines.
Special
But
haircuts.
What I don't understand about a lot of things is people freak out about the money aspect of it. And there's 2 points to make about that. It doesn't cost any more than $60 to get both of these games. Realistically, you get 2 games for $60. You don't get them today, but eventually you
No.
get 2 games. That's all
Close
you
to
need to
70.
do is buy a fucking Aurora.
Close to $70, but still.
So, but then people fly off the handle about the company needing to make money.
Yeah.
You wanna
every
play-
How do you
company-
pay
that's how
your light
companies
bill?
work.
How do you pay your light bill? I mean,
How
do
life
you
works.
think that somebody just gave me these lights and said, here's, Tesla, they fucked Tesla, okay? Right? Way back in the day, they fucked Nikolai Tesla. We don't have free energy. We don't have free food. We don't have free housing. We don't have fucking free anything.
JP Morgan put a stop to that.
Right. We
like,
want
where
to
do you
get
put
into
the
the
meter?
global banking conglomerate and the Rothschilds and all that shit. We can do it. And they're the
65.
reason. So, yeah. But anyways, they have to have money to pay the bills.
65.
There's fucking guys that work at this company that need to buy food and water and get to work and all this others. They got to have a place to live.
Why do people not want other people to make money? That's
I
my
don't
first
know.
question. Like, how is it your business? Maybe if you focused a little more on making your own money and a little less time on what other people are doing, maybe you'd be better off. Those are the people who make
Okay.
money. The people who don't care what other people are doing and just do their own thing.
Is
That's how you make money.
Is CIG moving goalposts with purchases?
I don't know what that means.
This is what someone here says. I don't. It's
What
they're
was
like
the
saying
original
that they're
goalpost?
moving.
What do you consider a goalpost?
Yeah, I don't.
They're trying to make a game. I guess that's the goalpost.
This
What
is
else
not the issue. This issue is CIG constantly moving the goalposts with purchases.
Does he mean that
that's
the more
not-
money that they get,
I'm
the
not even
bigger the
touching
scope
that
of the
one,
game
Rex.
gets, so the longer it's taking? Is that what?
No. He's
No.
he's saying that he's saying that they're moving the goalposts with purchases, so that they're just constantly delaying the game on purpose.
Developing more
I
ships
really-
is not delaying.
Wasn't it Montoya's video that put that one to bed? Like how much money? I mean, okay, GTA 5 in 3 days. 3 days they made $1 billion
Really?
when they released it. These guys make $30-35 million a year on these ships. They'll still make that on top of making all the money for the game. That doesn't even make sense. That
We broke it down in what was it, Tio? Maybe a month ago we talked about this exact thing.
Yeah.
If the game is $60, right, and they're mildly successful, right, at let's just say
4
5 million, 5
Yeah,
million
okay,
people,
4.
because it's
5
easier
million.
math. 5
5
million
million.
people at $60 a pop. How much money do you fucking think that is?
300 million.
So do you think that if they were really cash grabbing, that they would want the $300 million right fucking now?
Actually,
Or
I
would
consider
they
that. So-
rather to get $3 million a year for the next forever?
So all the pledge money
Because they'd
is
have
actually
to do 100 fucking years or 10 years. They'd have to go another 10 years into development.
But it's not like we're not seeing progress. We're seeing progress. If you've been paying attention at all since the beginning, like I said in the beginning of the show, we had 2 frames per second in the hangar module, and we've watched it progress since then. Now I can jump in and I can fly a hover bike on a moon, pack it into my ship, fly to another moon, and fly around again. I mean,
And
that's
those
not.
moon are rotating around the sun while rotating around the fucking sun.
It's not a ton of gameplay yet, but if you have any type of vision whatsoever, you can see the potential there, and you can see that they're building the foundation. It's like looking up at them building a skyscraper and going, all I see are the girders. That's not going to be a building. These guys are
Right.
stupid. And then laughing at them and shitting on them for it. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You can, if you have any vision whatsoever, you can see the foundation is there, flying around and doing things. It's there. All they got to do is throw little bits of gameplay in here. Okay, now the foundation is there. Now you go do this and you do this and you do that. But you need the foundation there first. Everybody calls it a tech demo. Sort of. We're making sure that the floor doesn't fall through, basically. And then once all that's done, then you can pack all that other stuff on. Then you put on the icing on the cake, and then you put on the frosting and the sprinkles and all that other crap. But they need to make the foundation of the game first, and I think they're doing a hell of a job. And every patch, even though, yeah, it's buggy, it adds more. And then it's buggy, and then they fix it. And then they put out more stuff, and then it's buggy, and it breaks a bunch of other stuff, and they fix it, and it's better every single time. So if you're not seeing that, or if you're doing videos, you're just disingenuous, or you're not paying attention. One or the other.
Haven't you learned? This is how it goes. You fuck up for as long as possible, and then when you finally called out upon it, you claim that you have an addiction, and you're going into rehab. That's like the CIG's apology. We haven't been taking you seriously. Here's what we're planning to do. This is why it's taking so long. And they go back to doing the same thing. They have a job to do. They don't care what we think at all.
I think they regret this being open development every single day.
Yes.
Well,
Every
you know,
single day.
we've talked about it. It's absolutely a blessing and a curse. You know, if they didn't have the open development, they wouldn't be making $3 million a year. They wouldn't, because or they would
35.
have. They would
Making
have
30 to 35 a year.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You know, so if they didn't
Thank
have
you,
that
Fester.
funds, then they couldn't push the scope of the game to make it or at least attempt to make it the greatest goddamn space sim of all time. So, you know, what do you?
Is.
I absolutely agree with you. It's all about the fundamental technology. And people are like, oh, procedural planets have been done before, blah, 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 blah. Yes, they have. But we'll see where CIG takes it past where everybody else has been, because, you know, No Man's Sky had procedural planets and they weren't all that fucking impressive. They had
Weren't they
procedurally
one
generated
biome?
animals.
And
I never
actually,
played
that
it,
game
but
has
weren't they
been
one biome planets?
improved
Well, they updated it. Sure, they have
several
to. Because
times. Like 4
just
times.
like
right
Space Engineers was not the greatest through its development.
It's pretty cool now.
You know, it just is what it is.
It's pretty cool now.
Everything
different
takes
servers.
time.
It takes time.
now.
It's
The
like you
Salt
said, you don't
Stays
put the
usually,
windows
it's like
in
People remember.
while there's no floors. You don't put the fucking windows in. You don't hang curtains on empty window holes. You know, you got to do it in a specific order. It's just, it's painful. I get it for people who are like, God damn it, this game ain't never going to come out. You know, I want to play Star Citizen finished and have it be really cool, just like everybody else does. You know, I'm no different. I agree, you know, with Sid that if you're not seeing what's going on and you're not looking at what it will be in the future and you're only looking at what it is today, you know, Zeus Omega always, we talk about this all the time. People tend to only see what is missing. They never see what is there, which is why 90% of the things in their life suck, because they're always looking at what it is not instead of what it is.
That's a good point.
I
see what's there. I enjoy what's there. But even in the game, I'm not like a like when you were talking about earlier, you were saying only when you were talking about, like, you know, going and making your money so you can get a bigger ship so you can make more money. I'm more of the Firefly kind of a way. I just want to make enough money to keep flying. I don't even like require a lot. I want to kind of go from place to place and kind of experience everything they put in the game. And I don't really plan on doing a lot of grinding. I want to try to just, I don't know, just, okay, well, we want to go over to this new system. Well, I have a hull C,
But
let's load that hull C up and whatever we've got, and let's go over there and make money enough to get us over there and do whatever.
But there's something else to that. To be able to use a hull D, which is a different kind of gameplay, you have to grind cash. Do you understand? It's just different kind of grind. You're doing what you like, but you're slowly building up your funds so you can skip to the next level, which is harder because more people needs to be involved, more escorts needs to be involved. Maybe you need a convoy for it to be prosperous.
You almost need a big org for that kind of a thing.
Yes, but it's also part of the gameplay in the game. That's the point. There's so many levels of gameplay. Do you understand? This is, you can fly alone, you can fly with a group of friends, you can fly around with your NPCs, or you can be in a big ass org.
Like Serenity.
Yeah.
Where we just
Serenity will still need to have the crew, not the NPC, but the human crew of Serenity. You need an org of 100 people.
No, well, Serenity was only like what, 6 people or?
Yeah, but you need you need an org of 100 people to be able to do that whenever you want.
Well, I mean, there are going to be groups of 10 or 15 people that are really tight clicked and they play all the time. And it will work for some people. It will not work. If you're really social and you have a really tight group of people, you will be able to do that for sure.
You have to play all the time.
Fucking time.
And everybody else in the group has to play all the time. And for most people, it's not going to be like that.
So before we go to music break, let's hit on this because I think this is interesting. This is actually a good point. Rodimus Rex says Squadron 42 is broken into 3 separate pieces. That wasn't the original plan. Look at the original Kickstarter. Okay. I think I get what he's saying. Like, Squadron 42 is supposed to be episodic now, kind of like Star Wars, right?
Now, what they've done, look at a different way. Squadron 42 is now getting expanded.
Right. Well, that's the point, right? So if the original plan was Squadron 42 for 1 episode, you know, think about what Chris Roberts says his intention was. He was hoping that he could get how many million? Because it sure the fuck wasn't 200 million that he was shooting for. I think it was like 2 million.
Yeah,
he can go
25
to-
total. He needed.
So he could
make the game.
go
Right.
to investors and say, we already have some starting money.
We already have 2
Can you please invest?
people are
Right.
interested. It was just to prove that
So
people were interested in a space game because there was nothing.
exactly, and
There was
now there's
nothing
space
at the
games
time.
all over the place. But let's think about this, right? Especially on this point. If the original goal was 1 episode of Squadron 42 and CIG grossed 187 million or whatever the fuck it is today, and they had not expanded the scope of the game,
Well,
what would people be saying about what's going on with all that money?
what if they built the original idea of the game and then continued making more? But that would probably be a disaster
the
too.
idea.
And just giving an example, but if they did that, it would probably be a disaster too, because
Yeah.
then you would have a mediocre, shitty game. Well, not shitty, but
And it would just be
maybe
passed
good,
over like
but
everything
just
else.
mediocre, and they would be able to make more, but then they would
It'd
still
have
be
been
stuck
gone
with that
already.
old shit that they made.
I agree with
also-
you right there, Rex. I believe that they will ask for DLC. I honestly think you're going to get episode 1, and when episode 2 comes out, you will pay an additional whatever the hell they decide to charge.
I
Could be
think they
$100
already
bucks.
said that whatever the Squadron 42 thing in your package is only counts for the
The first episode.
episode.
Yep, they already stated that.
It
So that
doesn't
you will
say
have
that
to pay
though
for.
in the
But you have to remember,
banner.
they're actually having A-list stars, not B-list. They have a lot of B-list and extras, but they have A-list stars playing the role. They're spending weeks and months in a studio doing filming for you for these episodes. It's not going to.
And there's a
It's not
bunch of
cheap. Yeah, it's not cheap. It's cost money, and that's just the actors. Then it comes to hours and hours of production, the millions of hours that goes into creating this game.
They spent
So-
like $2.5 million on the motion
And-
capture alone.
Yeah, so why are we complaining that this is going to cost money?
Well, he's saying that you don't think that there's something wrong with that model based from the perspective of someone who backed
Look
for
at
the
it.
Squadron 42 story.
Look
If
at
you
it.
get what you bought, you know, theoretically,
I can see
right?
why they'd
If you
be
back
mad,
a
though.
Kickstarter, you don't know what the fuck you're getting. You're backing an idea.
No, but they expected to have
you-
Squadron 42 2 or 3
Well,
years
we
ago.
expected to have Squadron 42 in 2016, like the trailer said, and we're all aware that that was a big fuck up. That was a big boo boo by CIG to even put that on there like that.
Yeah.
So, and here we are, 2018. 2018 will come and go. 2018, 2019 will likely come and go.
Not for Squadron 42 first episode, I think.
I think it'll be next year.
The whole point is, though,
Yeah.
like Rellim was saying, if the game was out and it was just meh, then no one would fucking care. But if they put all this extra time in, and I'm not saying it's going to be fucking phenomenal, I have no idea, right? Everybody that I've talked to that has visited the different studios around the world is like, oh my God, I can't talk about it, but you wouldn't fucking believe this shit. It's crazy off the charts. So, you know, you got to have a little bit of faith in something.
Well, look at it this way. All these people are working to show us something, and they're only showing us part of it. They tell us we're showing us part of it. People has been there saying they're only showing us part of it. And you understand in a single player game that you can only show part of it, because that's the idea. You should discover the game for yourself. I mean, do you really look at a trailer and say, this is everything you're going to see in the game, this is crap? Or do you see the potential in that trailer?
I think trailers
For-
tell me
wow.
very well, though.
Yeah, but it's just a small room of the game, small space of the game, small area of the game. But you go like, wow, they really got the door, the architecture, the color, the vibrance. It looks fucking stunning the way they presented it. The video is amazing. I can't believe they have this frame. You know, I'm seeing actual gameplay that looks absolutely fantastic. I want to play this just to look at the details. And that's what we already have in this game. You can go and look at the details. You can, if you own the game already, you can go and look at the trailer. What you have now is a trailer. While you're watching the trailer by playing it, you are helping CIG. Even if you don't post, you're sending metrics in that they can get to use to diagnose the game. Just play it. Go in, and if you find errors, post it. That way you help even more.
I think the whole thing with the delays and everything comes down to the intentions behind the creators. Most of the games, like if you're talking about like a Call of Duty or anything else, they're talking about a 2-year run maybe. And like a GTA, you know, they were probably hoping for 3, but they've gotten 5 or 6 out of it. These guys are talking about 2 decades. So they're not worried about, oh, well, it's going to take an extra 2 or 3 years, because you're going to come around eventually, because 10 years in, when everybody's playing it, you're coming around. They'll
You can bitch
eventually
all you
sweep up
want
everybody.
now. Just like you say, you can bitch all you want now. Say, I'm never going to play this game. They've broken the trust. There's no way I'm coming back. The fucking first time you see an amazing video trailer or gameplay video on YouTube or...
you're going to be damn sorry you refunded your $8,000.
Or you're just going to come back.
You just buy
You're
the
gonna invest
$60
money if
package
you already-
then, and you'll be fine.
You
Yeah.
already have.
Yeah, they'll come back. I mean, and whatever, come on back, because you can't really blame people. I mean, yeah, it is taking forever, but I'm patient. I don't really care. Like, whatever. I play a lot of other games in the meantime. Steam has games constantly. Put them in your wish list. Find a bunch of games you want. Put them in your wish list in your little Steam folder, and when they come up for $2, buy it. Play those.
Steam, you play. What's the other one? Origin. You have all those 3. You're set for life.
That's a lot of games.
Yes, you can't play them all.
Not a
Yeah, but the caveat to that is that Star Citizen for a lot of people is the end all. It is the dream game, and it
You know why it's
That
the
means
end
it's
all?
worth the wait.
Chanto? Why is it the end all?
because I'm fucking
Because we
old and I'll
already
be dead
played.
before it releases.
We are old. We played all the games. We're waiting for...
Next generation.
Yes.
Fucking A right. And that's why I'm behind it. Next gen gaming. I'm tired of fucking being force fed Call of Duty and Battlefield reskins.
Growing speed.
I'm tired of the fucking Battleground Battle Royale games. They're all the same. They look different, but they're all the same. So, you know, I think not too much, but I've matured a little bit. Maybe I'm still pretty childish, but I've matured a little bit. And I think that my taste in games has matured a little bit. And there's really nothing that suits that taste. That's why I need this to be successful. You know, I get why people are pissed off. Everybody has preconceived notions about everything, you know, but it still goes back to what I said. You can't see what's not there. You have to see what is there. You have to look at what is there and see where it's going. You have to be able to envision and think about the shit that Chris has said and think about the shit that developers have said and where they're taking it.
Although this trailer, oh my God, why did they show that?
The animations where the legs gave out?
No, just the entire trailer there. They're talking. I mean, there's already a shitstorm going around about everything, and then they put out a video talking about 3.2, and like 90% of the stuff that's in this video is not in 3.2. Like,
Yeah.
I just
Bengal carrier.
I don't think that was. Yeah, like why?
Idris. Nope.
Don't show that. Don't
Multi
do that
crew.
right now.
It's not for you and
Did you see
I.
the chat when that came up
Ramming
on E3?
speed.
Did anybody was anybody here in the
I didn't
chat
watch it live.
watching that? I was watching it live, and I it was literally just a wall of everybody saying scam citizen, scam.
Yeah, I know.
It was just a wall in the chat. I was like, oh my God.
This
Like,
isn't
that
3.2
didn't-
though.
That really did. That's what it says at the end of the trailer. Watch. It says 3.2.
But this
Your
is
coming
universe
soon.
is waiting.
None of this is in 3.2, and it's not going to run like this.
Well, some of it is like the 6.
Okay, a couple things are, but
Not this.
the Bengals not in it. All that incredible shooting gameplay that you just saw with the high fidelity and the guy peeking around the, yeah, that's not happening. Clipping through a wall and it's just not.
Yeah, well, they couldn't show the current cover mechanics because they suck balls.
They should have just.
What cover mechanics?
Well, when you walk into the wall and it hits you in the face with your
I
rifle.
don't understand the thing, like 3.2 trailer.
As I
what the
said,
hell?
what cover mechanics?
Yeah,
There's not even textures at the end of the door frame even to stop the bullets going through it. You know, a 20-inch wall. So
yeah, Fastcard saw it. It is just. It was unreal when I was watching it live. I was like, oh. Please.
And is that Stealth DJ that I see right there? It is. And that is it's an excellent point. When the planetary tech came out, most of us thought, okay, this is going to add some more time.
yes.
This wasn't something
we
they
knew
weren't
that.
even supposed to break through on that technology for 5 more years. But some crazy German locked himself in a fucking closet with 2
for
computers.
had
2
it.
or 3
No, he
weeks.
had it
For
already.
2 or 3 weeks.
They
He did it in 2 or 3 weeks. He had
No,
an
they
idea
put-
already.
No, he was saying apparently from one of the old videos they were talking about it that they basically already had that in there, and Crytek was saying, nah, we don't really need that. Somebody help me. Somebody in the chat help me out with this. This is like years ago, but they were talking about that, and it was right when it happened. It was during the video where Chris Roberts. Okay, that's what it was. Chris Roberts talks about it, and when he was all excited, right when it happened, and he comes out, remember, and he announced it, and he's like, "Here, I got something cool for you guys to see." And he showed us it, and right there he talks about it. He says that basically they were talking about it and saying when they got these Crytek guys in, and I guess he heard, I can't remember exactly, but he said, "Oh yeah, I've already been working on that." And they're like, "What?" And then I think it was Sean Tracy that actually put the shit together in like 2 weeks.
No, not Sean Tracy. Sean Tracy, one of the people working for Sean Tracy.
Oh,
Sean Tracy talked about it afterwards.
Years, so much
One
information.
of the coders working for Sean Tracy then, said that I think I have an idea on this and can I work on it, and was given time to work on it. And he locked himself away for, I don't remember, a month or 2-3 weeks, and came out and showcased it, relatively short before.
It was quick.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Extremely quick.
Just think
crazy.
about the amount of progress that was made from Pupil to Planet. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then Sean showcased the first planetary landing live to where it is now and where it will go from here. If you just look at the progress being made, and if you can think outside the box a little bit into the future with some speculation and yes, some theory crafting, you could see where this is going, And another great point is, it's going to take too long. They developed the tools to make a system, and then all they do is, I know this is oversimplification, but
Yeah, you kind
copy
of-
paste, copy paste, copy
Yep, sweep
paste,
it
copy
around.
paste.
There's people that
Change
think
a little
that
bit of shit.
even then
Are
they
you on the
won't be
wrong
able to
Twitch
make it.
channel there, Genta?
100 systems.
Why? What?
Imperium SC?
No, that's not me. That's Ostia. Oh, maybe I am
No,
logged
that's you.
into the wrong account. Yeah, fuck, whatever. They don't care.
No.
I never chat. That's why I just address the chat.
Shit.
So we skipped a music break.
We did. We made it entirely through the salt block without a music break. Thank you, Rellim.
Too many alcohol.
We were on a roll.
For not saying anything.
Look, I told you before, I don't care how you fuck up this show anymore. I just don't
So
do whatever you want.
number 5, Gesundheit and Fashatek. And let's see, we have to do one in Yiddish as well. Sei gesund.
So much culture in whatever the fuck you just said.
Gesundheit. Let's go to music then.
We're
man.
from Detroit, and we're like, I have no idea what the fuck just happened.
No, I can do some
I go down
questions
to
slash
a Mexican town if I want culture.
whatever
Right.
else we want. Questions slash whatever else after this. You can still submit them. Just question in square brackets or Q in square brackets.
What John Rellim
Ask
just said
stuff.
is that you can ask questions but I really don't care at this point.
It's like 7 shots in now. Fuck it.
Let's take a little break anyway. It's about time anyway.
You gotta play one of those funky mashups.
No.
Never gonna lit you up. Never gonna bring you down.
And everyone is leaving.
That's what ends up happening.
I told him that was too late. He goes anyway.
I'm back.
Let's see if I fix.
Welcome back. We were already live.
Nope, it didn't work. I gotta change this.
He needs to log out.
God damn it. I did. But then I gotta
Refresh the
reopen
page.
chat.
Rad. Yo. Yeah, that's how you submit questions. That's good. We can, sure, how many do we have? We can actually start with them.
Hey,
Or
look,
do
I'm
we have
on the
anything
right
else?
chat.
There's too much salt already anyway, so.
Oh, I didn't talk about that thing.
What thing?
Here, let me give you
What are you calling handsome,
this.
brother?
Since I'm not a mod in this chat. You know, Noobifier makes all these no bullshit videos, whatever, you know.
Great video.
And if you, okay, so he's not always, how do you say it? He's not always pro CIG. When CIG's doing something stupid, he definitely says it in his videos.
There's a whole
You
pledge
know?
system overhaul. He's
Yeah.
Not agreed
And
with
how the
for now.
LTI is bullshit and the way
Not
that
afraid
the
to call
pledge
him out.
works. Right. Okay, so there's all this drama surrounding this ship back here, you know, and the copy of the Eve mining ship and whatever all that stuff was. And there was a bunch of shit going on Reddit and whatever. And I think that's where Noobifier gets a lot of his background for how he's going to address the community in his videos. So he makes this fucking video. And it was pretty good. It was like, you know, I don't remember what the fuck it was called. Come on, people, you know, whatever the fuck. It was his most recent video.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yep. I think it just dropped yesterday or the day before. And some fucking guy responds back, replies to him on Twitter because he links all his videos on his Twitter feed, which is the Noobifier 1337. If you're on Twitter, you should follow that. He generally links every video that he does there. It says you're definitely paid somehow from CIG. This video where you try to mute critics and the comments of people that are upset with CIG's current policy proves this. They never try never again to shut our mouths, newbie. Never again. Now, never again, if you're not aware, is an actual reference to the youth movement in the United States, which is anti-Second Amendment, which is political, right? So,
oh dear.
But that's where that came from. So this is obviously, you know, a younger generation person.
He's
to
trolling.
Snowflake.
Right. He's trolling new.
It's an amateur troll at best.
So, but this isn't the only comment because fucking board gamers getting hit with fucking shit about how he's a fucking shill for CIG, a sellout.
There's probably a few people. There's probably it's probably just a core group of people. There's probably some people. They sit around in their basement, they giggle and say, "Oh, we're going to show them," and they think they're clever. You just ignore them. If you ignore them, they'll go away. What they want is attention. Ignore them, they go.
Well,
away.
look at it. There's another way to look at it. They're actually so intelligent that they get upset that a game is taking long to develop, which all games does. You know, they use stupid claims like, well, it only takes them 2 years or 4 years to get out a new expansion of a game like Call of Duty or Battlefield, etc.
They had 2 studios working on those.
Not thinking that the amount of people working on it is exceptional. In addition to that, they're already rehashing and already existing code.
Just reskinning.
Yeah. and making new additions to that engine. So, but it's then the whole point about it. They're not clever. They're not thinking, and they're actually. I believe their butthurtness, if you know what I mean by that.
Sure.
Their butthurt. Do they have a reason to be butthurt? Nowhere chance in hell. But that.
I don't even know if it's that. I think they just want attention. It's just those people. It's the same type of people that go into games and they want to they'll go after people so that they specifically so they'll get nasty messages from people, and they get off on that. And if you don't, then they're just like, well, this is boring, and they go and they do something else. It's the same shit. When I stream
politics, my friend,
I was streaming Star Citizen back when
you were talking real life.
Anything. People would come into my stream, and it was really funny because I know there were a lot of people specifically that were banning people for coming in and I would just talk to them because I don't care. I really don't give a fuck what they think. So I mean, they're telling me this is vaporware, this and that, as I'm playing the game, and I'm landing on things and shooting people, and I'm like, okay, it's vaporware. You're right. Wouldn't give them any attention. Finally, they would just get bored and they would go away, and I never saw them again. I never had to ban anybody. They're just trolls. They're just looking for attention. They want something to hate, something about themselves they don't like, or whatever the whole psychological reason. I don't know. I'm not even an amateur psychologist, whatever, but I just know that they get off on it just from experience. They get off on you getting angry at them and responding to them.
I can see that being a thing.
Whatever.
I watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of pro and con, or pro and anti Star Citizen videos,
I watch them all.
There's this guy out there that I just recently watched that was like, if I could save one person from the pain of fucking Star Citizen, then, and I'm thinking to myself,
wow,
don't you have anything else to do? I mean, really, listen, if Star Citizen is a scam or Star Citizen fails, at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Who cares? Is it really are your lights gonna get shut off? Are you not gonna have food to stick in your fat ass face? No, you probably will. You'll be upset. Oh, I'll be more upset than anybody, because
some people will say, but what if I spent $1,500 on this? Well, then you obviously had that money to spend, and you weren't spending your rent money on a spaceship. Just saying.
Questions?
Anyways, I just don't fucking get it. I'm not that kind of person, so I just don't understand the mentality behind people that go around and try to fucking. You don't think the way that I think. There's something fucking wrong with you. Anyways, sorry, John.
There's something wrong with you, Gento.
Well, we have to keep.
Fucking ain't right.
He hasn't come into.
You got to read the questions. There's no Eden Star today. We need the accent. He could do it.
No.
He ain't doing nothing else.
He's not here.
It's probably raining in fucking Ireland or wherever the fuck he's at.
Ireland. Can't even
Noob. Buy the ships. Because Noobifier need more money from CIG.
From Lord Corwin, do you guys think we'll see more tractor mechanics for other ships like the Cutlass as the mining scavenging process uses it?
Didn't the 300, one of the 300 series, come with a tractor beam at one point?
Yeah.
Like the 300, 315, I think, maybe had a tractor beam.
I don't remember which one, but yeah, one of them did.
The exploration version, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 315. Yeah. So I would assume so. Yeah. I mean, why not?
Well, look at it this way. There's already tractor beams.
On the big one, on the big Drake ship.
On the Cutlass, on the one you just saw, on the one behind you, it has tractor beams. You can see it in the video. So tractor beams are a thing in the game. Which ship's going to have it? I don't really give a shit.
To be honest, it's like anything.
You can put them on. Well, I don't know, because they're doing that. I don't know if that Voyager Direct thing's still going. But I actually bought one a long time ago. I bought a tractor. You can't even use it, but I bought one. I don't know why.
Because you decided that food and rent were overrated.
Yeah, that's what it was. Obviously
Maybe
not.
maybe you'll have a handheld tractor beam. Because I still think like if you're an
The
EVA,
multi-tool thing.
yeah, no, but look, if you're an EVA and you want to grab a crate, right, you can use your hands, but what if you just pull something towards you from maybe 10, 20 meters away, and then you
I
can
hope so.
you can
I think
pull
it's
it
the
into your
energy
cargo
required
hold
to
of the
use
ship.
it. I think it's the energy required. I think that would be stretching it a little bit far.
Yeah, maybe.
A handheld tractor
Yeah, but
device.
come on, if you're in the middle of
cool,
open
though.
space and you've just some
Well, you have
some
it-
ship
you ha-
lost all of their cargo
they
and
have
there's 50 boxes in the middle of space and you want to grab them all.
I hope you
and
have
load
an
them
hour
into
and a half.
Yeah, I hope you have 3 hours. Well, maybe there's some other thing you can do. Maybe there's other solutions, but I mean, there's some way that you got to be able to do that faster. Or
Well,
there's-
if you're the 1%ers,
boring.
you will be then lining them up with your tractor beam and then just backing up into them.
That's true.
Them into your
just ram it into just grab whatever you can, right?
yeah.
And yes, Innovis, it is such a pain to EVA and try to grab fucking
Is-
shit.
is
It's
that what the-
ridiculous.
Is maybe that's why the Caterpillar has a cargo bay on the front side. You can just fly into.
Yeah. I'm pretty damn sure it's going to be used for that, for scooping. But to answer the question, will other ships get the big scamming or tractor
tractors.
beams? Yes, I'm pretty sure they will.
I would
think
hope
it's going
so.
to be an option. I think it's going to be just like another turret.
Yeah, I hope
But
I could take the top
well-
turret off my freelancer and put a tractor turret up there and just have
We've
guys
spoken
collect
about
boxes like Rellim was saying.
And
I'm
it's-
sure,
pulling it-
dude.
It's pulling
I'm
it closer so you can line it up and then gather it more efficiently. That's what it's about.
Yeah, it's not gonna overpower anything or give you an advantage in a battle or anything.
Could dodge
I don't
bullets
see
with
why
it.
not.
Bounce them off. No. From Bam Chow, if radar scanning mechanics is a golf wing sim, what about for golfing mechanic?
It's not anymore, though, unfortunately. They got rid of the golf swing.
And I think they're
Thank
not
God.
putting golf in the game.
I don't
I
want to
didn't-
fucking
it didn't
mini game
bother me.
anytime. It bothers me.
I didn't
Take
care.
your mini golf and stick
I
it.
didn't care. Whatever the mechanic is, I'll do it. I don't really
Tiger
care.
Woods 2020
Yeah, I
and
know, but-
Star Citizen.
I mean, if I understand it correctly,
I'm
the
not
golf
that
swing thing
specific
is
on
just
the mechanic. Oh, it's this thing that does this, or it's this thing that does this. Whatever. Like, just
When I scan something, I just want to click the button, adjust the scope and click the button. Just
what
like
they got
in
now is
real
way
life.
better. I will admit, what they got now is way cooler. But still,
Yeah.
is the
Man.
golf swing thing like what some games do that keep moving.
Yeah, if you got to get it. in
yeah.
the
And then you get it-
little
and you have to-
sweet
you
spot.
gotta time your
Yeah.
button press to get
Yes.
it. Yeah, I don't really know. No.
I wish there were
No.
The whole
cameras.
community fucking freaked out about that. That's why they rethought the idea, because it was like, yeah, we don't want that, guys. We really don't want
but
I
that.
wish
something
there were
like that is
cameras
for-
inside the studio when that happened. So when they
Right.
released that, and then the community just went ape shit about it, and just the look of confusion on their faces, but like, it's just a golf swing, guys. Relax. Like,
I can tell you
I
this
couldn't
about Star
believe
Citizen.
it.
It's
If
a
you don't like-
placeholder.
If you don't like what you see today, just wait for 2 weeks, because it will fucking change.
Hey, that's a
will.
Michigan thing. You can't apply that there.
Well,
You don't like the weather, just wait
don't
2
like the
hours, it'll change.
well, it's true though with a lot of things. If you don't like your wife's attitude, just wait 2 weeks and she'll be off the thing and you'll be good to go.
Okay. From Bam Chow.
You know what I'm talking about.
Anything?
Rana was like, nope, not talking about women.
Next.
What did you anything you got you hyped from E3? Give us your top 3.
Fallout 76 looks cool as fuck.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Division
pretty much
2.
it.
I don't know. The Division 1
Not
kind of left my butt a little raw. It kind of still hurts. I didn't.
Yeah.
Division
Enough
1
really caught
sucked.
my attention.
It was pretty buff.
It was not only that, but
That
it
Scam
was
Citizen
it was
pretty good.
it was like playing a numbers game with a gun. It sucked. You know, you didn't get any bonuses for actually being accurate. It was just, if you're in the ballpark, you hit. If you're not in the ballpark, you miss.
That's the type of game it is.
And then there's a random generator telling you how much damage you do. It was, and you know, the bigger the boss is, like, how many billions of rounds could he take?
Check this out. Talent Core says Division 1 isn't so bad now. Let's tie that back into the conversation from 30 minutes ago about CIG delaying the release of their game so it isn't bad now and not so bad later.
I said that before about Kingdom Come Deliverance when a game developer or was it the head of the development studio or something like that actually said, like, I wish we could have had more time to develop this stuff, but they had a deadline, they had to release it. Then that's right there.
He said it a week or two after the release, didn't he?
It was a couple of days, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
But unfortunately, most people have the attention span of a fucking gnat. And if it doesn't encapsulate them at the very moment that they experience it, they will never go back to it. Some people will, but the majority of people, once they get that vibe, they will never look at it again. Yeah. You only get one chance to make a first impression. That has never changed through fucking history.
Who CIG is catering to, which makes me, I know they have to do it because of the money, but it makes me, whatever. This one's,
that's a freebie.
So I need other E3. I don't even, I forget what I actually even saw. There was so much.
Yeah. There was just nothing.
The Star Citizen trailer was awesome.
Too bad.
Like Sid said, most
it was
of
an
that
awesome
shit
trailer,
should be available.
It shouldn't have been.
Yeah, it's not in it.
It shouldn't have been called a 3.2 trailer.
No, when I saw that at the end, I was like, okay, what is this trailer? At the end, it was like 3.2 coming. Oh, please don't do that.
Yeah, well, you remember Squadron 42 2016? That's kind of like what I got out of it.
Remember
you guys don't learn.
Remember when
you
that was
don't learn.
They don't learn. They don't learn. Remember how many times they said 2 weeks? 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Have you ever seen the movie The Money Pit?
Yes.
Back in the day with Tom Hanks.
When that was all happening, I have it on my. I actually put that clip. I took that clip and it's on my YouTube thing of that. Just 2 weeks and him laughing and saying, "Yeah, 2 weeks. Good luck with that."
Assassin's Creed. What's a new name?
Oh yeah, Odyssey.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Is that the multiplayer one? Or
Genta, I got you to play Assassin's Creed's what's it called? Origin. Did you like it?
It is really good. And you know what's funny about that is if you play Origins and you really pay attention to detail, like the characters' feet don't align to the terrain and shit. Like CIG is trying to make sure that all of these little aesthetics fucking function properly, and the hands align to the weapons and the tables and the computer terminals and the feet align to the ground properly, and that whole stepping thing. Remember the demo of the character stepping over all the debris? And they were having all these raycasts go on so the character would actually lift his foot and put it on a higher elevation and kind of move over it and stuff. You don't see that shit in these other games. What's groundbreaking about Star Citizen, guys? Anything?
Everything.
Fuck. All right, sorry. Derailed again. This is what happens when you get old. Your mind wanders.
I need to drink more often.
I'm the choo-choo train that could.
Let's just go to the next one. Lord Corwin, do you think the party system and quantum linking will boost the player base?
No, it will make the player base more happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to boost the player base. I don't think we see a significant increase in players until Squadron 42 drops. And that goes back to the other conversation about the money grab. Hurry up and make your money and get the damn game out.
It's going to be like this. It's been like this for a long time. Going up. It's going up, going up, going up, going up. But once the game Squadron 42 releases as a single player game, you're going to see like this. And it doesn't matter whether they just buy Squadron 42, because a huge bunch of them, after playing Squadron 42, provided CIG take the time to make it not suck. It don't have to be mediocre. It doesn't have to be fucking great. It has to be mediocre or better. At mediocre, 50% is going to like the game. They're going to then invest in the MMO, and we're set. So, and I don't think they're going to go for mediocre. I think they're going to go for broke.
Yeah.
It looks that way.
It seems to be the case.
And I'm good with that, man.
Procedural eggs. I mean,
Yeah, I
come
know,
on.
right?
Procedural freaking eggs. Come on.
Dude, that troll was so good that they just streamed that fucking thing for like, I don't
That
even
was
know,
great.
12 hours. Oh, that was so funny.
That was pretty funny. I checked in on it like 5 or 6 times throughout the day. Like, yep, it's still going. Showing no signs of slowing down.
You know what I want? I want a USB alchemy that we can link to the character in the game.
What meter?
A USB alcohol meter.
Alcohol.
A breathalyzer so we can blow into to state how drunk are you right now, and the character will.
Oh my God, would that be some next level?
And that's how you do behaves.
You're like,
Oh, don't give him no ideas. It'll
They'll make
add
him more
2 more
drunk
years
as
to
it
the
is.
project. Please.
I got
That's good shit.
2021.
I know a lot of people that fucking fly drunk, dude.
That's the new Kickstarter project right there.
That's funny.
There you go.
Oh
Million.
my God, you just
Gave it away.
Go claim all the domain names right now.
That's funny right there.
Rodem is Rex. When this game comes out and Gentiles children have children, what will be the first thing you do in the game?
I already
No.
answered that one. Crash.
crash. But
You've heard this
trick-
question many times before. And,
the trick
formulation's
is my
different.
kids aren't having kids.
Right.
My kids don't want to have kids because they understand the state of the world, unlike most other
hey,
people.
Your kids is
They
not
just
old
want
enough
them.
to have kids.
Well,
as soon as they
that-
get reproductive age and see female, doesn't matter what they want.
Nobody
Well,
plays
That's
that
how it
game.
works.
They like the girls now. They just
It
don't
just
like
happens.
the idea of having responsibilities like kids
Shit just
Yeah, but nobody wants
Too
that,
much
right?
work, right?
Until they.
until they want it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The first thing I'm going to do when this game releases is, we already talked about this a billion times. We're already doing it because theoretically it's not fully released, but you know, I move cargo. We get in there and we do some Arena Commander and shit. I don't have a lot of free time right now, but that's going to open up soon. But play now. Play Arena Commander. Get with your friends. Go fuck around in the universe. If you don't have any friends, get in the base Discord. Go to StarCitizenBase.com and get into Star Citizen Base Discord and look for people to play. Do something. Get in a fucking community.
What
Noobifiers
is the
Guild
first thing
is
you
always
will
looking
do
for
when
shit.
the game releases?
Live
Live. There's no more.
wipes.
There's no more resets.
I'm
no
gonna
more
try
wipes.
to make credits. However, that's
Yes. Make
that's how
money.
I'm gonna try to make
And why
money.
do we have to make money? So we can play the fucking game the way we want to.
I'm gonna EVA.
It's not about making money. It's about having the ability to choose what you want to. You know, you Sid Vicious, you want to do what you want to do, but I have played so many games. I already know what I want to be doing, and it costs money to do it. I don't want to cheat, so I want to grind that cash, but I want to grind this as fast as possible. And if there's a way for me to do it more quickly, I'm going to do it. That's how it is. You just have to get over that threshold so you can do whatever you want to do. If bounty hunting is your thing and it's the only thing you want to do, you don't have to do a lot of training. You just have to do a little bit so you have enough ammo and guns so you can do your first mission and build on that. That's all you have to do.
But you better
But-
hope that your bounty is an NPC and not a player that's better than you.
Yes.
That's
And-
going to be the trick.
It might be an NPC that's better than you.
Phil, yeah.
I'm and this is what we talked about, remember? Many times. How good is the NPC going to be? they're not going to be flat.
Depends on the
they're going to
NPC.
be linear. So it's going to be this
We already saw
NPC
that.
here, right? This NPC over here is a pleb. You can kill him just by looking at him. He's going to crack if you walk up to him, and he's going to say, "Don't kill me. I did it." And then there's going to be an NPC that is going to dodge into a hallway or into a dark alleyway, and you run after him, and 20 of his friends is there, and they're going to kill your ass.
Won't that
Or
be
in
a
space. Or in space. The same
They
thing.
need you.
And you can be as good as player as you want. Those 20 ships, they're going to wipe your ass. Doesn't matter how good you are. They're going to wipe your ass. Those 20 ships, well, when they're firing all their missiles, firing at you simultaneously, they will kill you. Doesn't matter how good you are unless you run. And you better run quickly. You better decide quickly that, okay, 20 against 1, I might skip out and try and kite them and take 1-on-1. But, you know, you have to be... You cannot just CSGO this.
Well, I guess if they come at you like those old karate movies, one by one, instead of all attacking you at the same time, they wait their turn.
I'm
Take them out
I'm
one by one.
gonna make a personal full count to Chris Robert and say, you suck. But I don't think I have to make that call.
Hey, check this out. This isn't formed in the form of a official question, so it's not picked up by the bot, but this is a great
saw
one
it.
right here. I got the game today, but my computer doesn't have enough RAM or video card to play. The question is this game worth getting a new computer for?
Not yet.
And that's
Not
the
now.
comments in the chat. Not yet.
Not yet.
And if you paid $60 for the game, the recommendation from this panel has been consistent. Don't buy anything else.
If you buy anything else, it's because you really, really want to help develop this game. You're not buying, and you know, you choose when you help develop this game. You get to choose. Okay, I want to do this game aspect in game, and this is going to help me do that. That's what you get for helping develop this game. Now, does it matter? Do you need it now? You can get it in game. You can earn your way to it.
It's
You don't
smarter
have
to get it in game.
It is smarter to get
That-
it in game, especially
Unless you-
if you have
unless you-
disposable income and you really want to support. It's like a charitable donation, and that's the way you have to look at it. You know, that's part of the problem with other people is they looked at it as, I purchased $15,000 worth of ships and I can't fly them all.
Okay, I always hear the thing of like, well, I'm, pledging and I'm supporting the project. Me, I literally, I was buying ships. I would look on the page. So, okay, don't listen to me on the on anything, because that's what I was doing. What you're not supposed to do. I would look on there and go,
Everybody here was doing the same thing.
I want that ship because it looks cool. It looks fun to fly. I want that ship. I wasn't even thinking about the project. I wasn't, because I was thinking, they're doing fine. They're making money hand over fist. You could literally just keep refreshing the page and watch the money go up every single time you refresh it. I was like, yeah, they're not having a problem with money. So that wasn't even on my radar. I was like, they're doing pretty well. So I was literally going, okay, the M50, that thing looks pretty fun to fly. And I bought one of those. And then like a year later, I bought another ship. I wound up, I got like 5 ships now because I've been in it for 5 years. I buy like a ship a year. When the holiday sale, I mean, yeah, it comes out to a lot of money, but
How many ships do you
I've been in
buy
it for
per
5 or
holiday
6
sale,
years.
Gentile, before we stop spending money?
How many ships?
Per holiday sale?
Oh my God. The community has 90% of the ships that I bought because I really was buying them to support the game and then giving them away on the show. Like literally every week I was giving away, at least a $65 ship.
You still have at least 2K of your ships, don't you?
30. I did like the melt value. It's like 3,800 or something out of 15,000.
Yeah.
Here we go next.
But they didn't take my house yet, so.
Well, they don't have
So
to.
you're doing
but
all
yeah.
right.
Cheers.
From Bam
Cheers.
Chow, loot box cosmetics for Star Citizen, yes, no. How much would you charge people if
Loot
you were
crate,
in
no.
CG shoes? Loot boxes.
No loot crates.
No,
Loot,
no.
loot, loot crate, no, but cosmetics, absolutely yes. Want to paint your ship? Want to paint your armor? Want to paint your gun? Want to?
And you have to give this to Eden Star. $1.
Yeah, some small amounts is.
Small amounts. A shit ton of small amounts.
Well, it depends on what it is. You want a gun skin? $1. You want an armor skin? $2. You want a ship skin? $5. You want an Idris skin? $5,000. Scale it. Fuck them. You got the money to buy an Idris? You pay.
That's more than the Idris.
Fucking A right. That bitch needs to be white.
$10 so
Costs a lot of
$20
paint,
I
man.
get, but they're probably gonna do like this. You want to be able to have the logo of your community there. Okay, how many members do you have? There's probably gonna be a minimum member of your org. Okay, you have to pay to get the logo in. Then you have
With
to
the
each
glasses.
org member have to pay to get it out, and that's fine.
No,
The
it's-
answer, Rodimus, is yes.
Yes.
Eden Star was the chick with the Oko Yono glasses on last week. Yes.
Oko,
She's with her family right now. I think she said, "Oh shit, I forgot it's Father's Day. I'm not gonna make it. See you, bye." She literally.
She's out drinking.
Yeah. She's with her dad drinking dad. What the hell was that beer? Dad pop some shit. Whatever the fuck it was.
it's all so weird.
She sends us pictures. It's American. What do you want?
True. No, well, loot boxes though, I don't. It's just
Yeah, like in
it's
the
shady
traditional
business.
sense
It
of
just-
a loot crate is like, here,
It is
buy this for
gambling.
$5 and you get what you get.
It is like,
And I don't like that at all.
What loot boxes in essence is just like it's gambling, and that is why even in Europe some countries are considering, putting measurements to this, because it's like going to the casino and
Sure, and
gambling
it
on
could be a
something, because you throw
13-year-old kid
money at
that's not
something,
allowed to do that.
but you don't know what you get in return. It's like a it's a guessing
gambling.
game. You're gambling for what
It's
you
gambling.
can get in return. Yeah, it's in essence that's what
Yeah,
it is.
I don't like I think you should know what you're buying.
And that's technically only 18
And that's
plus here, so.
Wow.
Well, they have, EA is going away from that in some of the games. I don't know if they're going away from all the games, but loot boxes, I think they're here to stay, but I think a lot of games are going to shy away from it and find more profitable ways that are not going to be so controversial. Because once you make it controversial, you make less money. It's simple. Let's say that you get a little bit more money this time from controversy. Next time you're not going to get that much money. They're just going to say, nah, I'm not going to get another cash grab game.
Onio6, what's the most sought out item or flare since the beginning of monthly pledging? You mean subscribing?
What is this? I have no idea.
Most
There's
sought
no
out
such
item?
thing as
no.
sought after item, and like from your monthly subscriptions, every month they give you like a free plant or a poster or
flares.
blah blah blah. It's all just decoration.
Well, maybe there is, but you would have to check the gray market.
the
I don't
schematics, though.
know what's popular.
Yeah.
But
Is there a sales page for this where people offer money?
If you
Probably.
are subscribe, you can $5. You can buy them for $5.
I'm thinking about, is there anybody that's, instead of buying them for $5, paying $4 on Reddit or something like that?
I don't
Is
know
that the
about
thing?
any of that stuff. I was giving away Flare fucking all day long. You want to give away some Flare? I got Flare to give away right now.
Hey, keep
So
to your
like-
promise, boy.
Well, it's free. It's all doubles. When I was subscribed, because I stopped subscribing and everything, it was $20 a month, and they were giving me 2 of every Flare item. So I was just fucking giving them away. What the fuck? I can't.
Don't give away anything. Keep it.
or door.
He gets greedy when he gets drunk. Don't give them motherfuckers nothing.
Yeah.
Make them work for it.
Thanks for asking. You're welcome. Next question from Rodora. SC Star Citizen is not doing Gamescom this year. Is this true, and what are your views on this? CitizenCon will be big this year. Well, that's why.
It's too much money and too much attention split between two different presentations.
Too close to each other.
Continents.
Yeah, and too close to each other. So if CitizenCon was in the spring and Gamescom was in the fall, then it would make more sense because they would be able to diversify their presentation a little bit. Not that the game development grows that much in a 6-month period of time, but when you blow your wad at Gamescom and wow the fuck out of the general gaming community,
What do you have left for us?
what do you have left for CitizenCon?
And they don't
So,
have an 80% marketing budget.
Right.
And the problem
companies
is
can do.
we're not close enough to release. Now, let's say that Squadron 42 was about to release in the end of December this year. That would constitute them going to Gamescom. And
The
a
next
lot of
time they go to
Gamescom.
Gamescom will be your indication that Squadron 42 is fucking ready to drop.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's pretty reasonable. But I think it was money and time, and like we said, we had a couple Gamescoms where we were like, wow, and then CitizenCon was like, yeah, it's like nothing compared
Old,
to
no.
game. Yeah, it's old news.
Some of you old farts and young farts said, well, this is old news and this show sucks and everything sucks. I've seen this before. Although it was groundbreaking, everything you saw, it sucked because I've seen most of it before. Yeah. I don't know, Sid Vicious, you probably are on my side. You've seen a lot of these shows, and as bad as they've been, who cares?
Yeah, who
It's
cares?
cool. You see new stuff, and you're laughing at the people crying about it, right?
Yeah.
The best they've done it so far is the Road
Yeah.
to CitizenCon video. Do you remember the Road to CitizenCon video? Where they're sitting in there
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
like, Chris Roberts is at the table and they're discussing the community, talking about shit that's missing, and Chris is like, no shit, we know it's not in there, dumbass. God, that was so good. That's so good.
No shit, we know it's broken.
Dude, it was fucking great moment. That was like historic.
That's what I think is so funny. It's like they know what they're doing. Just let them do it. If you would just, it's basically, to me, it's all of them. All of them just sound like that kid in the back seat. Are we there yet? Are we
Yep.
there yet? It's like, shut the fuck up.
No,
We're not
it's
there. No.
you know why?
Yeah, we're there. Get out.
It's the armchair coach mentality. It's the same thing as people that sit around and watch football or European football, soccer, and the players are playing or the coach is coaching. Well, you know what? If you could do it better, you would probably be doing it, but you
Yeah.
can't. So you
It's
might
a
want to shut the
t-shirt?
fuck up.
Yeah.
Give
Man,
me
you
that
can't even
t-shirt.
play the fucking game.
Give me the t-shirt.
Is that what the YouTube link is? Oh no, it's the
Yeah.
Road to CitizenCon. Star Citizen CIG should sell that shirt on their store. That would sell a bunch of fucking shirts.
No shit, you know it's broken.
No shit, we know it's broken.
You-
That was supposed to shut up all
we
the
give
trolls.
you
in
dates,
the
you give a
city,
shit.
right?
All right.
Armchair developer.
I think Chris should just
Exactly.
come out and go, I already have all your money. Just shut the fuck up and let me do my job.
Yeah.
You already kind of have said that many, many times. You just are not listening.
That's
should
why, I
be
think
the-
that's why we don't see him anymore. I think it's just because all the whiners. I mean, we don't see him. We don't see Tony Z. We barely see Brian Chambers.
Oh, you know, they're busy as fuck, dude. They're
Armchair.
cramming like crazy. They're trying to get shit put together.
I'm just saying, I'm hoping and trying to build up some expectation. Squadron 42
There you go.
this year.
If they could produce the AI movements that we saw in the E3 trailer, if
Yeah.
that was actual in-game, then maybe. But you saw the AI behaviors in the last or previous
Oh.
ATV. They were pretty janky.
Yep.
So they got some
shoot him and they
coding
just
work. Right.
That shit was funny as hell.
But I think it's for Squadron 42. We've just talked about it, for it to be released. Core function needs to be done in the engine for the MMO.
Yeah, but what's core function? Is mining a core function that relates to Squadron 42? I don't think so. Salvaging? Are you going to be salvaging in Squadron 42?
No, I talk about core functions as in flight mechanics,
Oh, for sure.
FPS mechanics. They has to be locked down, and that's I think what we're really. And Fastcard is also on to something. You know, all the ships they need in Squadron 42. Although I think they can get away with less ship than they need in the MMO, and because they can project ships. They can. You have actual physical ships, and then you project ships in between those ships at a distance, of course. So I think they can get away with that in the single player, but they can't get away with it in the MMO. And that's the problem. So ships, yes, but more. Any mechanics you're going to be playing in first episode is also going to be part of the MMO, and it has to be in lockdown. We are now done with the core mechanic of those features, so it needs to be done in the MMO before it can be locked into Squadron 42,
or vice versa.
Yeah, or vice versa, but it needs to be the same, basically.
Yes, it definitely needs to be the same. We've talked about that before. If Squadron 42 plays one way and you get into the MMO and it doesn't play like Squadron 42, except for not being a military story-driven campaign, it'll be disappointing. If the fucking ships fly different and the way you interact with things are different, it will...
Well, the interaction will most definitely be different. There's a huge difference between an MMO and a single player, because
but you're still going to have Moby Glass access and all that bullshit in Squadron 42.
So, but the cinematic effect that you're going to have in the single player is not going to be in the MMO.
For sure. Or maybe it will.
Well, not to that extent. If you know what I mean. You've seen when you go up to Mars Eckhart, for instance, and you sit down, you see the way they want to go with that, and you've seen the same thing. Most of the interaction is like that in the slices we've been seeing from Squadron 42. It's they already kind of locked on how they wanted to look, or at least the concept, and then the UI changes and all that. But the concept of how they want it to flow, where you don't have to be. You ask a question and you can walk around them, and the character will try to, do its thing while it's paying attention to you while it's talking, right? That's the kind of concept they have. And I like that concept, and that's no problem bringing that into MMO, but it's the cinematics. If you remember, you seeing all the cinematics effects that you have in the Squadron 42, which is going to be a huge part of the single player. You're not going to see as much in the MMO.
And I like that you can kind of punch in and out of the cinematics. You can walk around it.
Yeah.
As it's going on. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yes. But it'll be different from other games, right? Because other games, once a cinematic starts, you either watch the cinematic or you hit escape or spacebar or something.
I remember there was one game where you could literally look around. You could move your head, but that was about it. And
right. Your character was locked for interaction with other character purposes.
This one, if there's a meeting on the bridge and you're sitting there in the meeting, you can literally turn around, walk out the door, and go do something else, and the meeting's still going on. You might get reprimanded, but you could go do something else and come back, and you'd miss the whole cut.
Wouldn't that be great, Lieutenant? What is your fucking problem?
It's going to be like that.
That would be great.
They're saying that's what it's going to be. That's what they're working for. I think that's
what's
Mark
taking Hamill's so long. Character bitch slaps you for being a fucking cunt. You don't get to leave when I'm talking.
I want to get how many playthrough are you going to do just so you can tick off certain characters.
Yep,
You want to
exactly.
see them.
Exactly. Yep. Restart. Like, okay, that's not a good idea. Threw me in the
Or
brain. Let's
you
not do
just
that.
want to see what happens once you do it. You just want the character to be
Exactly.
really pissed.
I'm one of those ones when games come out and they give you the option. It's like, well, you can either kill this person or you can spare them, and you get all these. Oh, kill them, bang! I just want to see what happens. Like every time, they're like, okay, that wasn't a good idea. It's usually a bad idea. I just do it anyway. Maybe I'm not too bright.
Yeah, but I
funny.
think it's an 80-hour game, and that is without looking. That's
It's
just the
300 hours.
initial game. You know, that's the initial gameplay of it, right? And it's an 80-hour game. Episode 1 is an 80-hour game.
Well, I hope
That
it's an
won't be very
80-hour
easy.
game, because then that curbs what the argument was, or the discussion was earlier about
Yeah.
people being kind of
Consumption.
pissed off that Squadron 42 is episodic and you will potentially have to pay for the following episodes. So if the first episode is very short, i.e. like a Call of Duty style
5-hour game.
you know, you can blow through it in a night, then that's going to be a problem, right? But if it's huge, like, you know, if you're talking Assassin's Creed Origin style size game, and then 3 of those, then it's worth the price of admission. If it's
Well,
2 days
that's a
and you're
good
through it, then it's not worth the price.
look at it this way. You know, one of the big cities in Assassin's Creed, the main city where the Emperor is, it's about a click long. That's the carrier. It's a click long, a click point 2 long. Imagine the amount of content. There's like 700 NPCs on board. 700 something NPCs. That's more NPCs than there is in that whole town in the game in Assassin's Creed Origins. Imagine all the conversation you can listen to, all the things you can talk to. I think both in the MMO and in the single player, you're gonna have so much stuff to do because of the. Remember, they talked about they want to auto-generate missions. They don't have to be, you know, they're gonna set up different parameters in X amount of levels so that it never feels the same. Of course, if you know, a lot of people are gonna have to say to you, "This bitch killed my husband. Go kill her," or something like that. It's gonna feel that's gonna be the same, but it's gonna be the same characters giving you the mission, and they're gonna have different ways of saying that. And then it's gonna be a male, it's gonna be female. It's gonna be because I don't like this bitch anymore. I want to kill her. Can you go kill her for me? I want to marry another bitch. And how are they gonna and how are they gonna present it to you?
Are we
they,
projecting real life into this game now? What's
no comment. But you do understand. There's so many variations they can do on the same theme that it will not feel the same, even if you do the same mission 100 times.
You're not allowed to drink anymore.
Am I not allowed to drink anymore?
He makes sense when he's drunk. That's funny. It's funny that you say that, because we had a conversation the other day on Facebook with Rico, and then just earlier in this show, I think before we started, that John was like, you know what? I'm done giving a fuck how you fuck up this show. I used to have it all planned out, and it used to work just fine, and you fucking assholes don't play by the rules. Fuck it. Do whatever you want. I don't even fucking care anymore. And then he sits back there like this, all pissed off. Like, motherfuckers, just shut up already.
Yeah, like that. Another one.
No,
That's okay.
We're done.
I only have this much left.
okay.
That's the danger of having an open discussion,
Will
though, is, you know,
Robinson.
the discussions just roll.
Yeah.
You know, someone mentioned earlier in the chat,
No, it's
though,
not, 'cause
you
I
know,
still
did
cut
you
it
guys Did you see the shit between William Shatner and Derek Smart?
Yes,
Oh boy.
Holy
We
fuck.
discussed that last time, didn't we?
we did.
Yeah, we did a little bit. Dude, that's funny stuff, though. William
You're
Shatner
wrong.
said,
I'm
please, someone let Mr. Smart know that he's blocked. He can fuck off. It was funny.
Can I pimp my show before we sign off?
EA, are you doing
Oh
that
yeah.
today?
Oh, you can always do that.
We were close. We should just run this motherfucker right up to your show.
No,
I agree.
we should not.
Okay, I got an interesting one tonight. I was just thinking, I was listening to all these old classic songs between like classic rock and classic 80s, and then there's all these heavy bands that did remakes, really good remakes of them. So the first hour, I'm running through like 70s, 80s, either classic rock or 80s songs, and then the second hour, I play the exact same songs in the exact same order, but heavy bands doing them. It's pretty interesting.
Why, you got that all set up?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm ready to go. I've got my playlist in order. Everything's ready to go. Like I've got everything set
What's
up.
the Norwegian? Do you have anything by the Norwegian dude that's doing any popular song lately in heavy metal or?
Oh, from
really-
Frog Leap Studios.
Yeah, bloody amazing stuff. What he does? He has something like a how many? How was it now? Billion downloads altogether now. It's pretty big.
Oh my god,
Buying new
He's
houses.
a big deal.
a
I
billion,
follow him. I can't remember what his name is off the top of my head right now.
like instantly
Frog Lip
rich.
Studios.
Yeah, Frog Leap Studios is his thing, but it's Leo something, right?
Something like
Where are you?
Okay.
So yeah, I'll be starting that show in a little over a half hour, just a tiny bit over a half hour.
Oh, his name is
Means we're gonna get out
Leo
of here.
Moraccioli. His
I don't have
YouTube is
enough
Frog
alcohol
Leap
to enjoy
Studios.
that kind of music.
You would actually like it, Sid. He takes all kinds of shit from all kinds of genres and just makes them slamming. And heavy fucking slamming.
I've seen some YouTube people like that, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of talented people out there.
Let's
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
link it in chat and then we'll go.
I can't. I get banned if I
No, you
link in
don't.
chat. I'm not allowed anymore.
Then you change your account
Timed
or
out or
something.
whatever. I did, remember?
I'll link it.
Well,
I'll try it.
I'll try and get out of here at this time.
Oh, it did it. It let me link it.
Yeah, see, I already fixed that ages ago. I did.
Oh, you fixed it for me. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry.
I
I
don't
keep
even
changing
remember.
my fucking Twitch name.
So
Branding.
his show in half an hour.
Branding.
We have our website to list the rest of the show, and I think I've seen people join our Discord during the show. It means that people read what the bot occasionally says that we have a Discord, and that's where you can join. Where we are usually, if not here in the chat, this is not. Well, that's only doing the show. So. How come Gentile's
Can I
not a
pimp?
mod? He's a mod. We don't just don't flag people with mod icons the way that Twitch does anymore. Because then everyone.
I
would
wasn't
be
a mod at some point because I was Juntao_Imperium, and then I was the
Right.
base pirate, and now I am the real Juntao. So every time I changed fucking identification on Twitch, I got booted out of the list, and Rellim was kind of getting agitated with me. So
Can
he
I
said,
pimp
he said
Patreon?
pick a name and
something.
fucking stick with it. Yeah.
Look, I've had this
Remember,
Twitch
we,
name for 10 years.
We are a, we kind of need money to run a radio station like this. So go to Patreon, give whatever you can give. They can
Well, it's a
only
one-time
afford to give
donation
us
still.
alcohols once a year, remember? So
That's
Well,
not
the
where
real
the money
big thing
goes
is
to.
this,
Let me
the
make that
official
clear.
licensing
We don't.
that allows us to play music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You actually have to have a license to do that, and Rico covers
costs
that.
money.
So any of your donations actually help Rico not have to pay for that
On
license out of
Patreon.
his pocket, which is hugely appreciated. So
It also goes to donation back to you through, giveaways. So remember that.
It's not a stream, Rod. It's a radio station that broadcasts over Twitch, believe it or not. So you have to have a license to play licensed music, and we have an agreement with Twitch that allows us to do that. Because at first we kept getting shut down by Twitch in the very beginning until they had discussions with those people, and they let us do this. So it's really nice.
It's pretty cool.
And
It's
expensive.
unique.
Well, Rellim
And we don't even get paid in alcohol.
Yep. Rellim and Zane and Rico are fucking geniuses.
Zane, dude, I haven't seen him in.
Yeah, I know. He's playing D&D or something right now.
He's playing role playing.
And Pegasus is a genius.
Well, that's true.
GTA
Pegasus is a
5
smart guy.
and
Although he can't speak English for fuck, he's a genius.
can we go now?
Are we there yet?
Yes, so let's go.
Then we can go now.
Pretty cool, and I hope it lasts through SC Live and beyond. Yeah, we hope to. It's just we just.
If you guys keep showing up and trolling us
sure.
and giving us shit to talk about and throwing shit at the monitor when I say something stupid, then yeah, we'll try to keep doing it for sure. This show, anyway, the radio station will probably exist long after I'm dead.
Have a good one. Yeah, good show. Thank you, Novus, and thank you everyone else for watching or viewing or listening. The stream will always be live, and in a half an hour we'll have his shows.
So Last Millennium and Headbangers Hangar.
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah, the first hour is So Last Millennium. That tonight is going to be all the originals of the songs, and then the second hour is going to be the heavy metal rock remake of those songs, all in exactly the same order.
Yeah. Until then, we'll be back with another roundtable next week. We'll see what we have then. We don't really. It's just like we come together 10 minutes before, and it's not even half an hour anymore. and I'm like, okay, not even make an effort anymore.
He's scolding us.
Remember the day when we used to have a whiteboard and we used to do research and like copy and paste our topics off of,
and we never stuck to it anyway.
No.
Okay,
And I
like
remember
said,
Hamster getting really pissed.
Hamster used to do that for us, and he just stopped doing that. So he's like, "You guys need to talk about this."
Nope, we don't. See you next time, guys. And stay tuned for Sid's show. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Good night.
Don't drink alcohol unless you can take it.
I support the monkeys. Do you? Check out The Base, 24/7 online radio. Oh yeah! Visit us at TheBase.sc. They're professionals.